You know, I've been thinking a lot. I haven't done a show in a couple days, but I've been thinking about this, and I'm thinking about I'm thinking about Josh. I'm thinking about Bumbles. I'm thinking about Marco. I'm thinking about Jay. I'm thinking about Broccoli Rob. These are Jet fans. They've been Jet fans for a long, long, long time. And the picture I have up on my Instagram today is of the face of the New York Jets, and that's Joe Namath. Joe Namath is the only face of the franchise. They've been to one Super Bowl, one, 1969, the year I was born. That's it. They've had some chances. They've made some AFC Championship games. What, was it 82? Was it 99? Yeah, I'm kidding. 98? Then the 2 years with Sanchez, and that's it. Haven't made the playoffs in, 13 seasons? And then you have Robert Saleh saying after a 15th straight loss to the Patriots that this is our quarterback. Zach Wilson is our quarterback. 18 to 36, $157. They had 80 yards of offense, basically. And he brings one drive, and they're talking about like the one drive. And let's be honest, that drive was extended where they got a touchdown because Randall Cobb did a total fucking flop in the end zone where he got touched and did a nice acting job. But you saw the Jets running the ball. You had, oh my God. I mean, you had Dalvin Cook, who I dropped. What, 8 rushes for 18 yards? You had Breece Hall, 12 rushes for 18 yards. You had Michael Carter arguing with the running back coach. You had Garrett Wilson on the sideline. You had Aaron Rodgers talking that they have to be together now, and that's not good for the team. And at the end of the game, they have a 4th and 10. And what does Zach Wilson do? But he drops off. He throws a 2-yard out to his guy on 4th and 10. Throw it down the field. See what can happen. Maybe you'll get a call. Maybe anything. He jumps it off, and on a 4th and 10, and the last 2 yards on a 4th and 10, when they're down 15-10, he takes a safety when he can't take a safety. And I was counting when he was passing, and Michigan was going to me, "What are you doing?" I go, "I want to see how many, how many seconds he takes with the ball in his hands." And he was over 3 seconds, which is an eternity in the NFL. He had a sack on his own. Namath called him out. I mean, I can redo everything that everybody said. Dalvin Cook's stats are some of the worst in the NFL. They paid $1 million. Breece Hall's not getting the ball enough. Your leading receiver was Garrett Wilson with 5 for 48 yards. The Jets got no sacks on Mac Jones. There's a video that maybe he punched Sauce Gardner in the nuts. He's a dirty player, and Sauce doesn't want to get fined. So, I mean, it's like Hard Knocks has disappeared, and it's no more anymore. It's like it's gone. It's like you forgot about it. Like it was a different century, and Salah was all happy and everything. 4 plays. They just signed Trevor Siemian, and Bumble sent me the correct thing. He lasted 6 plays. Tim Boyle, what, 17 games or 17? I mean, his stats are terrible. I could look it up right now, but Tim Boyle has been on every NFC North team, and all I remember him is incompletions and interceptions. He's terrible. But is he any worse than Zach Wilson? I don't know. And Salah keeps saying that our best chance of winning is with Zach Wilson. I can't believe the team is behind it now and saying, shit. Bumble said 23-14, and he joked with me. He said, "You think the Jets can even get 14 points?" No. And then that Hail Mary at the end, we left the house because I said it's over. After that 4th and 10, threw the ball away, I said it's over. I mean, they and I said they're not winning the game. Well, there was one at the end, and Randall Cobb said he should have caught the ball. He wasn't even close to the ball. The ball was already hitting the ground. And this is pathetic. I wanted to do a podcast Sunday. It's Yom Kippur, and it's the holiest day of the year, and you really got to be careful. That's not good Jew. That's not good Jew things to do. Is do a podcast during Yom Kippur, holiest day of the year, day of repentance, atonement, all that stuff. But this has been in my head, and I can't take Salah seriously. I can't take Douglas. I can't take anyone seriously. That their backup plan this year, which basically is supposed to be a redshirt year for Zach Wilson, that they decided going in that, God forbid something happens to Aaron Rodgers, we're going to throw Zach Wilson right out there again. The fans are against him. He's more concerned about his fucking headband than he is about playing football. To me, his sartorial, whatever you want to call it, his style, that stupid goddamn headband that he looks great and everything. And then Salah says, you don't see what we see in practice. And Damien Woody said, dude, practice. Nobody cares what they see in practice. Grady's in practice, but can he translate it to the field? I don't care if he's the greatest practice player. In the Super Bowl for the Giants, where Eli threw the pass and helmet guy, whose name is escaping right now, this kid out of Syracuse, he was terrible in practice. He was dropping balls. He dropped everything they said in Super Bowl practice. When he didn't drop everything? During the goddamn Super Bowl. And that's what. So great. He looks great this year. He's really improved. No, he hasn't improved. He's inaccurate. He went down in a sack on his own. He took a safety. He holds on to the ball too long. He misses open receivers. He doesn't read the field well. He had that one series at the where they had the scoring drive. Yes, he looked pretty goddamn good that drive. One drive does not constitute. I need consistency throughout a game. And he's not. And they got the Chiefs in this week, who scored 41. Now I know the Bears are going to go 41 points. Taylor Swift could be at the goddamn game. Ratings could be through the roof. I mean, I guess we're going to see what happens. And I had all this stuff written out. Everybody's saying, that basically, you had Adam Gase, who was the water boy for Peyton Manning, and you had Hackett, who was the water boy for Aaron Rodgers. And Hackett doesn't trust his quarterback. The quarterback doesn't trust himself. They're running the ball. Running isn't effective. Little dump offs. They're not really pushing the field because he doesn't have faith in his quarterback. The fans are done. Fireman Ed, everybody. Fireman Ed wants everybody gone. Bumble says, fire Salah, fire Douglas, sell the team. I said, maybe Stephen Cohen will buy the team. Maybe that'll happen. But, it's not working at all. At all. And, yeah. And Salah just keeps, right, Josh? Salah just keeps saying the same thing over and over and over. He's our guy. He's the guy who's going to lead us. He gives us the best chance. Are you fucking kidding me? You got the Chiefs coming to town. And I looked up the schedule. So then you got the Chiefs. Then you go to Denver. Then you got the Eagles at home. And then you got to buy. And then you got the Giants, which is a big, Rob, you got the Eagles. Did you watch the Eagles last night? Okay. I know they didn't play great. But when they needed yards, then they weren't getting a lot of touchdowns. But they got the win. And you know who's DeAndre Swift? What do you have? Last two games, over 400 yards rushing, right? Over 300 yards rushing. What do you have? $125 last night? 27, 185 the week before, 175 the week before. I mean, good God. And I'm glad Baker Mayfield came back down to earth, big time down to earth. Baker Mayfield looked like Baker Mayfield is not a great quarterback. And it showed. Thank God they started 2-0. We have 3 3-0 teams in the NFL right now. Three. That's all we have. We're down to 3. We have the Niners. We have the Eagles. And the Dolphins. And the Dolphins, 70 points. They could have tied the record with 73 points. 70 points. They had 2 guys who had like 90 some Devon Achane and Mostert combined had over 90 points in fantasy. Tua had 300 yards receiving. I saw a stat that in 11 games against the Broncos, Tyreek Hill averaged 75 yards receiving. What do you have, 200? 200? I mean, 70 points. They could have had 73. Who puts up 70 points in an NFL game? Nebraska used to do that all the time back in the day. 70 points in an NFL game. The Broncos suck. Russell Wilson is 4-14 in starts. Daniel Jones is 1-11 in primetime games. Thursday night was not a good day for the Giants. I said 44-10, 31. What was it? 31-10, 30-10? Was it 30-10? Game was never close. Never close. Giants weren't in it. They didn't look good. Hyatt did not get one target. How do you have Hyatt not getting a goddamn target? What's going on with that, with the Giants? I mean, come on, guys. Now they play Seattle. Seattle's 1.5 point favorite. The Chiefs only a 9.5 point favorite over the Chiefs. 9.5. Are you kidding me? I mean, it is terrible, man. Yankees and Mets eliminated. First time in the last 9 years that a Yankee and Met will not be in the playoffs. Yankees first time since 2016. Judge says this year's a failure. Yeah, it's a failure. I talked to Lanker. He said, we don't win a championship. It's a failure. 2009 seems like forever. They're not going to win for any time soon. I don't even disagree with Bumble saying that the Jets are cursed. And maybe the Mets are cursed because all the money they spent and they're going to finish. What are the Mets are, 71? I mean, good God, they suck. The Mets, I mean, what a disaster of a season for the Mets. They're playing the Marlins tonight. They're 71-85. They win the rest of their games. Okay, so we played 156. The best they can finish is 156, 77, 85. They go with 77 wins. The Mets they're 71 and 85, so 77. The Yankees are 79 and 77. So basically they can finish 79 and 77. They've played, let's just say 150. Oh, also 156. The best they can finish is 85 and 70, 85 wins. I mean, talk about two shitty franchises. I mean, terrible. You know what? They even had someone, I forget, was it Lanker who sent me this? They had the NFL team's last 162 games. I hope I saved it. I know I saved it. I got all the stuff with Taylor Swift. But let me see. Did I save it? Yes. Okay. NFL records, last 162 games regular season, laid out MLB standings. The Jets in their last 162 games are 56 and 106. They would finish. They are 53 games back of the Patriots, who went 109 wins, 53 losses in the AFC East. The Giants are last in the NFC East, 62 and 99, and a tie. They are 32 and a half games behind the Cowboys, who are 95 and 67. The best teams in football the last 162 games, of course, is the Chiefs, 116 and 46. Steelers, 101 wins, 59 losses, 2 ties. The Patriots went 109, so that's second. Packers, 100 wins, 60 losses, 2 ties, but they don't Rodgers anymore. Saints, 97 65, and the Seahawks, 102, 59 and 1. And how about the Saints? Up 17-0, and they lose 18-17 to the Packers, and Carr goes out. And then how about, and I'm so happy that I feel bad for Mr. Chippendales out in Vegas for his team, but the Raiders with a terrible coach whose name is escaping me right now, the former offensive coordinator who quit on the Colts, decided not to take the job. Josh McDaniels, who at his press conference, they said none of the players came. They wanted Biasiacci, the special teams coordinator, who took them to a playoff game against the Bengals, who had a good shot of winning that game, and took them into shit. You have Devontae Adams, who's putting up phenomenal numbers and says, I can't keep playing through this. So he's probably going to want to be traded by the end of the season. And Josh McDaniels, they're down 25. Wait, was it? They were down by 8. And he decides there's like 2.5 minutes left. He kicks a field goal to make it a 5-point game and says, I'll rely on my defense to get the ball back. Dude, you got to play like you want to win the game. And I thought that was a bullshit call. And that's why Josh McDaniels sucks. And they're 2-1 odds that he's going to be fired before the end of the season because they're falling apart. And the 2 leading interception leaders in the NFL right now in 3 games is Sam Howell with 5 and Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo with 5, who has not played well. 5 interceptions, and he's the guy he handpicked, and he hasn't looked good. He's made some really bad decisions. And the Raiders, Steelers aren't that good a team. Kenny Pickett had 1 good throw, a bomb, and that was about it during the game. And I thought the Steelers, you're looking at the Steelers not that good. The Raiders aren't that good. There's a lot of shitty teams in the NFL right now. The Ravens relied on Lamar Jackson and nobody else, and they lost to the Colts with Gardner Minshew, who pulled Darren Orlovsky and stepped out of the end zone on a passing play. Yeah, did I watch a lot of football? I did not. We were out in Jersey. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, but I watched some of the Jet game. I can't stand the 2 games on at once. I can't stand yesterday. It makes no sense to me. 2 games on at once is just dumb. It's just really stupid. I think even an hour apart, it just and the Bengals, the all whites, make it black on black uniform, white stripes. That would be cooler to me because I just saw, the Tennessee's having the blackout uniforms. That I like. I don't like this. I saw that Al Michaels makes $1 million a game and Brock Purdy's making $870,000 this season. Deebo Samuel look damn good. McCaffrey, that team looks good. The Eagles look strong. The Dolphins, Jesus, I mean, good God. McDaniels was a ball boy back in '99 for the Bengals. I mean, for the Broncos. And Sean Payton must be thinking, what the fuck did I come back to? Back to 4-14. I said Russell Wilson, and I mean, Jesus, what they have 49-3. I mean, I was like, wow, I still can't get over the 70 points. 700 something yards of total offense. Just crazy. Yeah, I mean, it blows my mind. SUNY Morrisville got the win, and their star quarterback, who I don't want to bash his name. I want to make sure I get it right. Let me see if Sean. I think it's Freelick. Yeah, I got to find the kid. SUNY Morrisville beat. Who did they beat in the game? SUNY Morrisville won 2019 over Moravian at 2-2, and tough guys do win. Yeah, Coach Raby. They win, and they got the win, which I was like very happy for. 2019 on the road, which you like that win a lot, and that was a nice win. Yeah, and a 99-yard pass in the game, which is wow. That's a hell of a game. Yeah. Stephen Freerick's co-offensive player of the week. He won co-offensive player of the week accolades for the Empire 8. That's a hell of a game. So he got the win. And I saw that Stockton tied. They're playing Montclair State tomorrow night. I don't know if I can go to the game, but I would love to go. Congratulations to SUNY Marshall, got the win. Liberty got blown out in the second half against the Sun. They got to tie it. And Breanna Stewart named MVP, first MVP winner in franchise history for the Liberty, and second to win award with multiple teams. I really thought Asia Wilson should have got it. I thought Asia Wilson, best team in the league. I know that Breanna Stewart had a lot of 40-point games, but I thought the lifeblood of the Aces is Asia Wilson. And she was Defensive Player of the Year. Congrats to her. She's won it twice. But I felt she was the MVP this season. But you know what the great thing is? Jordan didn't win MVP some years, and he took it out on everybody in the postseason. And maybe I'd love to see, hey, Liberty's got to win. It's a best of 5. Lost game 1. Lost home court advantage. They got to win tonight. That's at 8 o'clock. And the Wings, Aces won game 1. They're up 1-0. Astros beat Seattle 5-1. Entering the day, they were half game up the Mariners. Now they're a game up and a half up, the Astros. Verlander went 8 innings, a 1-run ball. Alvarez hit a home run, 30th of the season. And 4th straight loss for the Mariners. Both teams entered the day on 3-game losing streaks after both getting swept. The Rangers, 7th in a row, which is crazy. They have a 2.5-game lead over the Astros in the LA West, so they're holding on. No Max Scherzer, no problem. Giants beat the Padres. Blake Snell, 6 innings of 4-hit shutout ball. He is going to lowered his league-leading ERA to 2.25, but didn't get the win. Isn't that crazy? Jeez. So the Giants are 78 and 79, 4.5 games out of the wild card picture, 1 game ahead of the Padres. Yankees beat the Diamondbacks 6-4. Peraza hit a home run. So did Wells, the catcher with the terrible mustache. They're in a tie with the Cubs for the NL second wild card spot. The Diamondbacks, which I like new teams win. I like the Cubs to make it. That would make me happy. We'll see what happens on that front. And this is scary to me. So the NFL is partnering with platform BetVision. Fans can watch and bet on NFL on the same screen. Genius Sports, NFL's official data distributor, the latest iteration of the United States rapidly evolving, which scares the crap. It's called BetVision, will feature a low-latency video feed of some regional game broadcasts and will include pop-up graphics with advanced stats such as catch probability, integrated betting odds, and on-screen wagering offered during breaks. They'll be able to place the bets on the same screen while watching a game, a first for American sports books, so they can place their bets seamlessly. I like that, seamlessly, so people can just run up debt and bet on it because, you can't watch a game if you're not betting on it, which isn't my world. I watch sports to watch sports. I finally won a fantasy football game, and I'm still picked to finish 8 out of 9 in my team. But I won this week. Hey, I lost last week by 0.12 points, so I feel like that's bullshit. And Harris won his, is actually in first in the guy. Of course he is. Harris always first, but what am I going to do? Yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, Herbert threw for, how about Justin Herbert? 40 of 47 for 405. 3 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins, 0-3. 0-3, the Vikings. Carolina lost to Seattle. But Dalton filling in for Bryce Young threw for 361. Jimmy G threw for 324, 2 touchdowns, 3 deceptions. And Brock Purdy, just 25 of 37, 310, 2 touchdowns. So Devin Achane ran for 203 on the ground. Pollard ran for 122. He's on my fantasy. Lamar Jackson had 100 yards rushing. And the Cowboys, that's why I wanted to talk to my Cowboys fans. I want to get Daniel on to talk about his Cowboys because they suck. How do you blow it out in Arizona, give Jonathan Gannon his first win of the season, and give up 222 yards on the right ground? 222 on the ground to the Cardinals. Josh Dobbs. Oh, I'd love to have him on my team, huh? So your backup plan the Jets was Zach Wilson. Josh Dobbs was out there. A lot of guys out there. I'll take Andy Dalton the rest of the season. I'll take Andy Dalton every day. You sure will make mistakes, but Andy Dalton will keep me in a game. He won't be like Zach Wilson. Sure, I'll make some shitty throws, but Andy Dalton is an NFL quarterback. Zach Wilson is an XFL, USFL quarterback. Actually, it's going to be called the not for long spring. That's what my cousin Teddy called it. What did my cousin Teddy call it? The USFL US. He gave it a name. I said no. It's going to be called the not for long spring football league because I still think if they merge them, it's not going to matter. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, come on, it's not going to last forever. Yeah, Keenan Allen, 215 yards receiving. Devontae Adams, 13, $172, 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry, Tyreek Hill only had 9 for $157. And how about yesterday? Jamar Chase came in with 11 catches for 70 yards, had 12 for $141 yesterday. Yeah, get him the fucking ball. And thank God Joe Burrow. That Cav is not 100%. Let's be honest. But he didn't aggravate it more, which is good. And they got their first win of the season. Fans were into it. Myles Garrett only had 3.5 sacks on Sunday. How about that? They blew out 27-3 over the Titans. I mean, talk about kicking ass and taking names. Good God. Levi Wallace had 2 interceptions. Terrell Bernard had two sacks. Rashawn Gary actually knocked Carr out of the game. He had 3 sacks. And Kyle Hamilton for the Ravens had 3 sacks. Rashawn Gary having a game. Yeah, Eagles 473 yards of offense. Hurts threw for 277, a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 9 catches for $131. DeAndre Swift, 130 on 16 carries, 305 yards his last 2 games. 305, dude. And he had some beautiful runs. Tampa only 175 yards of offense. They had a safety. Yeah, that running play. When they pinned him deep on that interception, dude, that was terrible. You knew the minute he took off, it was like, dude, you got to run forward. At least try to QB sneak out of the end zone to give yourself some room. But that deep, a running play deep in your end zone, you were like, they're fucked. They're fucked. And they were. Gave us the Eagles defense had a safety, 2 sacks, and forced 2 turnovers. Brendan Covey had a 52-yard kick return. I saw the punt return. They host the Commanders, who are really not a good team. I mean, I think Sam Howell came back down to earth, and the Bucs visit the Saints, and that could be up. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, Joe Burrow. Yeah, should I even talk about the Jets anymore? I feel like I'm going to talk. Tim Boyle, 30 career starts, 8 seasons, played for 5 different teams. Joe Namath called him out. Wilson, 2 interceptions, 4 INTs in 3 games. 52% completion percentage. QBR of 27, better only than Justin Fields. And you know how bad they look, the Bears. Yeah. Give us the best chance to win. That should be on Robert Saleh's headstone. He gave me the best chance to win. Future defensive coordinator, never going to be a head coach again. I see that Robert Saleh, to me, just why are they so behind Zach Wilson? It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. Yeah. I mean, oh my God. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. They said they were trying to trade for Kirk Cousins. Matt Ryan, they said, reached out. Matt Ryan said, no, I'm done. Carson Wentz supposedly reached out. Dalvin Cook, this is Mike Nania. He covers the Jets. He says next gen stats had him with a negative rushing yards over expected on all 8 of his carries. Negative 15 rushing yards over expected on 8 attempts, minus 1.9. His season average is minus 1.8. 35 of 35 running backs with 25 plus carries. 25 rushes for 58 yards. Wow. Michael Carter, I'd be pissed too. He got pissed off at Taylor Embry, taking out his frustration. I take out my frustration too. Oh, what about tight end Jeremy Ruckert? He have to get him the game more. Nothing. So you talked about last week he didn't get in the game more. This week he didn't. What are you guys doing? What's going on here? What are you planning for? You haven't beat the Pats since Geno Smith was quarterback back in 2000. That's the last time they beat Geno Smith. Geno Smith, the last quarterback to beat the Patriots. That's a good trivia question for the future. That's that. What's going on here? Oh my God. And by the end of the year, the Broncos, they need Hackett, the NFL's worst scoring offense. He'd been fired after 15 games. So Denver averaged last year 17 points a game. This year, the Jets are averaging 12 points and 133 passing yards per game. Yeah. Quarterbacks do that in a quarter. Tua can do that in a quarter. Yeah. Michael Carter said it's not a one-man show. Yeah, I know they're saying, yeah. Tim Boyle has thrown 3 touchdowns, 8 interceptions in 17 career games. Best chance to win. And Deion said, I'm starting to wonder if Zach's playing like he's being coached. He's making choices that are not intuitive to the quarterback position. And Farrell Brown hadn't caught a touchdown pass in 3 years, wide open. I'll tell you, Sauce looks like he is lost out there. Lost. DJ Reed. Oh man, we got 85 Bears, 2,000, Ravens. Okay, second half didn't get any points. Congrats, guys. But I haven't looked at this defense and been like, I thought the defense was better last year than this year. I do. And they're going to need a lot of defense because the offense ain't doing shit. Dwayne Brown's now out for 4 games. Becton had to play left tackle. Yeah. And Salah said about Zach Wilson, what did he say? He said, it'd help if we could help around him in terms of the way we play. What is this? Is he a charity case? It'd help if we could help him? Dude, this is the NFL. He played in a shitty conference. He should not have been the number 2 pick in the draft. He was, and now you're paying for this shit. You got to eat this shit up. You're not coming back from this. You aren't. And they compared him to, he's averaging 3.7 air yards per attempt per True Media, meaning he's averaged less than 4 yards every time he tried to pass the ball. Last year, Matt Ryan was the lowest, and he had 6 air yards per attempt. Yeah, Azuma, the 2 yards on that 4th and 10. Yeah, I don't know. He's the unquestioned starter. That's what he is, the unquestioned starter. 2 starts. Yeah, 47.6% of his passes. Terrible. I mean, just atrocious. 2 starts, 20 points. And Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook combined for 52 yards on 28 carries the last 2 weeks. Yeah, Geno Smith, October 20, 2013, 30-27 in overtime. He threw for 233. Remember Chris Ivory ran for 104 yards. Remember Jeremy Curley? I remember him. That's a long time ago. Yeah. Jeez Louise, man. Anybody be better than these guys. Anybody. Yeah. And the MetLife, there was paint wiping off the turf because of the rain. What's going on here? The paint's coming off. There was footprints all over the place. I don't know. Yeah, just bad. Real bad. Yeah. And Daniel Jones. And how about this? The Giants and the Raiders are the only teams without a takeaway this season. Shocking. Only teams without a takeaway this season. Only 2. Yeah, Hyatt, how does he not get the ball? He had 2 catches, 89 yards versus Arizona. Nope, no catches in week 1 in the loss to the Cowboys, and no targets this past week. Can you get him on the field, please? I mean, I saw that Jamal Adams is going to make his season debut for the – man, good thing Jets got rid of him because it turned into great draft picks for the Jets. Well, they did, they got Sauce. They got Becton. Okay, they got some guys, but thank God. A lot of poor tackling by the Giants, and that's what Carl Banks said. A poor tackling defense is a perpetual liability. This was embarrassing, the amount of missing tackles tonight. They talk about Mika McFadden. Banks goes, hey, man, he missed at least 5 tackles too. Not good. Yeah, not good at all. And, you talk about franchises going in the right direction. The Niners have given extensions to Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, which is great. Trent Williams, they said they didn't have enough evidence. That was a punch in the Giant game. But they said that There was not enough video evidence to eject him. Not enough, yeah. Yes, they could have had Pat Mahomes. But you know what? Did anybody? Okay, but that's the thing, Josh. I hear what you're saying, but did anybody really think Mahomes was going to become the Mahomes he became? And he was pedestrian in college. I mean, a lot of deceptions, a lot of touchdown passes. Didn't win many games in college at Texas Tech, and the Chiefs saw something no one else saw. And he sat out basically the whole first season. Played the last game of the season for Alex Smith, and then came into second season. Yeah, he sat and learned, worked on shit, and worked to get better. And you see he has it inside of him. But the Jets would have fucked him up. They do. You know what? Because they don't have since Parcells left, they haven't had a really good coach. And Rex Ryan was not a great coach. Rex Ryan was a good defensive coordinator. But if you had a good coach, the Jets could have won a Super Bowl. They had a talent at that time. They had a quarterback, with Sanchez, who, he did enough, didn't make a lot of it, didn't put him in position to win games, and that defense was damn good. And I wouldn't want Deshaun Watson. Nah. Deshaun Watson, nah. No. Yeah, those 2 years they went AFC Championship game, dude. I thought they could have won a Super Bowl one of those 2 years. They should have won a Super Bowl one of those. I think if they would have better coaching and made adjustments in those games, especially against Pittsburgh, that was a Super Bowl team that year. That was a Super Bowl team. I disagree. Deshaun Watson, still unsure about that one. Still unsure, Josh, about that one. Yeah. So Brock Purdy passer rating 106.3, best of 35 quarterbacks. The league average is 89.1. They have scored 30 points on offense, excluding defense and special teams, in each of the first 3 games for the third time. They also did it in 84 and 98. Isn't that crazy? They're the first team in history to both rush and pass for at least 140 yards in 8 consecutive games, regular season. And they've done it under a quarterback who never started a game and was the last player taken in the NFL draft last year, 2 years ago. Last player taken. And they have 13 straight games with no more than 1 turnover, longest in NFL history. No way. No way. No way. I think Mark Sanchez had much better games than Zach Wilson. Much better games than Zach Wilson. I mean, he was not a good quarterback, but he had moments. Whereas Zach Wilson has series. I mean, what has Zach Wilson done? He's looked terrible throughout. And his confidence has to be shit. It has to be terrible. Yeah. Yeah. Not good at all, dude. Not good at all. Terrible. Just terrible. Yeah. Dude, Josh, you're very demonstrative today. I like it. And yeah, Brock Purdy. Yeah, I have all these, but they have the best point differential in 3 games since 1998. They're plus 48. And you have Jake Moody, who has made at least 9 field goals without a miss in first 3 career games. Jake Moody from Michigan, since Chandler Cantazero and Matt Bryant. It's a Jets fault. Well, Jets. Let me ask you a question. You think Robert Saleh is a good coach? You think Joe Douglas is a good GM? Yes, he's gotten some good players. But you don't think Sauce has dropped this year? You think Betting's going to be a good player? You think the defense is good this year as last year? I think they're a good defense. Not a great defense. I thought they got to the ball more. They were more aggressive last season. I think Sauce has taken a step back this season. I don't know what's going on with him, but I feel like, he's around plays. Whenever there's a big play, that Farrell Brown hit, there was a miscommunication between Sauce and somebody else. He was gone. I mean, you know what? I mean, the Pats have their number, and Mac Jones isn't that good a quarterback. He ain't that good. Yeah, nothing special. You're in New York, dude. You got to be special around here. Yeah. And yeah, Achane and Mostert were the second pair of teammates in NFL history to each score 4 touchdowns in the same game since Priest Holmes and Derek Blakelock with the Chiefs in 2004. And Achane is also the first rookie to have at least 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 receiving touchdowns in a single game. Yeah, and I agree with Mike McDaniel. Shame on us if we put a ceiling on what we're capable of. Tua. I mean, Jesus Christ. He was started 16 for 16. 726 total yards. Achane had 51.3 fantasy. Mostert 45.2. 96.3 points in fantasy. Wow. Miami outscored Denver's entire 2023 output. What does that mean, outscored? I'm trying to see what this is. Oh, yeah, Broncos have scored 69 points this season. Yeah, that sucks. And the former ball boy, second most expensive coach, and Russell Wilson, they owe a lot of money to. A lot of money to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, 5 years, $242 million. Total guarantees, $161 million. Wow. Signing bonus. He gets this. Yeah. They can get out after 2025. I'm sorry, potential out 2026. They got 2 more years of them. They fucked. Hey, the good thing they play the Bears, who lost 41-10, so somebody has to win a game. Yeah. And Garrett Bowles, they asked him after the game, he said, shit, 7 years of losing, shit. And this is from Nick Kosmider, December 12, 2021. Mr. Unlimited. Is that what Russ Wilson calls himself, Mr. Unlimited? Got to tell me what that means. Mr. Unlimited? That's Russell Wilson? I don't know. You got to explain that to me, dude. I don't know what that means. But how about that? Okay, so December 12th, 2021. Yeah. But I don't remember what that meant, Mr. Unlimited. Oh, wait. Also he said, didn't he get to Denver and he said something, that saying he said, I forget what he said. He said something really stupid and they haven't done shit since he got here. Yeah. Wow. Talk about a guy who's fallen off and listen, if Sean Payton can't get him going, who can? So yeah, since December 12th, 2021, they were 7-6 after a 38-10 win over the Lions, mixed for the AFC wildcard. Since that day, they are 5-19, tied with the Bears for the worst record in the NFL. Minus 159 scoring margin is 31st. And Puka Nacua, first 3 weeks, 41 targets for the Rams, 29 catches, second in the NFL, 301 receiving yards, sixth. I mean, Justin Jefferson is almost 500 yards receiving in 3 games. It's goddamn amazing. And 10.4 yards per reception. He averages the first down in every reception through 3 games. Leads all rookies in every major statistical category except TDs. And what was he, a 5th-round pick out of BYU? Wow. And how about that takeaway by – did you watch Akello Witherspoon? So Tyler Boyd had it, and Witherspoon went inside his hand, scooped it out, wherewithal to catch it, and hold on to it and land on his and bring the ball in. That was amazing. That was amazing to watch. I was like, holy shit, was that awesome. I mean, that was like, holy shit. That was spectacular. Spectacular. I was like, good God, dude. Yeah, that was an amazing play. I watched that. I was like, holy shit, dude. I should watch it again. I was like, because I thought it was a reception. I was like, what a pass by Burrow. And then I was like, wait a minute. He got the interception. Witherspoon, that was amazing. There are 4 teams at 0-3, and they're in action playing against each other. Broncos, Bears, thank you, Scott Katzmar, and Vikings, Panthers. How about this? 8 quarterbacks taken in the first 3 rounds of 2021 draft. Number 1, Trevor Lawrence. Okay, I think, listen, the hype is getting to them a little bit. Jags have not looked great this season. Zach Wilson, 2. Shit. Trey Lance traded already. 3. Fields, 11. Shitty team. I'd like to see him on a team and see. They can fix him. I think they can fix him. Mac Jones, 15. Kyle Trask, 64. He couldn't beat out Baker Mayfield. Kellen Mond, number 66. Is he in the NFL anymore? And Davis Mills, who started some games for the Texans. CJ Stroud is having a start to his career. And Kelsey jerseys have spiked 400% since he started with Taylor Swift. And they said that he got 80,000 new followers Sunday. If they break up, that's going to be a problem. That could be ugly. But 3 million Instagram followers. See that picture of 2 of them leaving the game? He's added 325,000 in a week, more than he gained after winning last year's Super Bowl. Yeah, that's cute. But, Brad Spielberger brought up a good point. What if there's a package deal next year for the Bears? Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams going to the Bears. Yeah, 13-game losing streak, 0-3. And Justin Fields, if they bench him, do they put in Tyson Badgett? I mean, that could happen. It could. Yeah, Yeah, Colts beat the 22-19 over the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 202 yards passing, 101 rushing. And Baltimore did not have a single running back or receiver exceed 55 scrimmage yards. Can't do it all himself. That was a bad loss. But Gardner Minshew, that's a guy they could have traded for. I wouldn't mind him playing all season. I take my chance with Gardner Minshew for the Jets. I would. And only 4 teams since 1990 have made the playoffs after an 0-3 start. The Bengals honored Boomer and Ocho Cinco going to the Wing of Honor. Jamar Chase had 12 for $141. The D had 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, a safety, and they held the Rams to 1-11 on third down. No, it was ugly. Yeah, ugly. Nakua had 5 catches for 72 yards. Logan Wilson had 2 interceptions. Bengals visit the Titans. Rams visit the Colts. And Aiden Hutchinson for the Lions, first NFL player to produce 10 sacks and 3 interceptions within his first 20 games of their career. They have stats for everything. They think Nick Chubb, they think he suffered a torn MCL, but the ACL is stretched but still intact. They said 6 to 8 months, but they feel that he could be playing again. They 27-3 win after playing terrible against a game they should have beat the Steelers. They're now 2-1. They've allowed 491 yards this season, the fewest allowed through 3 games by any NFL team this century. Yeah. And how about the Vikings-Panthers? The 0-3, the Caleb Williams Bowl. Adam Thielen's going to play his ex-team. He says it's going to feel like a playoff game because you guys are playing for the goddamn playoffs. I mean, good God. Come on. C.J. Stroud has the 3rd most passing yards through 3 career games. 906 in NFL history, trailing only Cam Newton at 1,012 and Justin Herbert at 931. Guy is 4 touchdowns, 64% completion percentage. Listen, DeMeco Ryans is going to get the Texans playing good football. And Hal's going to go to a game with me. We're going to a game. He ranks 4th in passing yards. Kirk Cousins has 1,075 to 0-3. 2 is 3-0. And Herbert got the first one of the season, 939. And he's outplaying. Bryce Young's only averaging 150 yards per game. Nico Collins from Michigan, Tank Dell, Robert Woods, all having good seasons. And the Pats open as a 6.5-point underdogs at Dallas. And Bill Belichick's comparing Christian Gonzalez's cornerback to Stephen Gilmore, which is good. Ezekiel Elliott said it's going to be fun going back. We'll see how that works. Yeah. And he decided to pull one. Then the Raiders, I talk about Josh McDaniels. Davante Adams says it doesn't mean shit until you go out there and play ball. Yeah, you got points there, man. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Russ who sent me the link? Yeah, I agree. Don't wait around, man. Davante Adams is having a season. And now Garoppolo's in concussion protocol. You can't play Brian Hoyer. Yeah, I would play Aiden O'Connell over Brian Hoyer. To me, is a guy who's collecting paychecks. Brian Hoyer isn't even good for a 1-game fix. It's like putting in Zach Wilson out there. Put Aiden O'Connell, see what you got there, and give him a shot. He played great in the preseason. Why not give him a shot? And the guy played when he was at Purdue. He played a lot of college games. Give him a shot. Jimmy G might be shot. Jimmy G, he looks good at sometimes. He looks like shit as others. And, good guy. He's guaranteed $11.25 million bonus next year. So I guess they can let him go. It would cost them $28 million in dead cap to cut after this year. So I don't know if they're going to do it. Now they had Josh Jabot, always has great stuff. I said I want him on the show. He never responds to me, but hey, what the hell? You know what? You got to try. It's a journey. So 20 games, first 20 games, Josh Jabot, best record, Madden, 15 wins, 3 losses, 2 ties. Gruden was 10-10. Flores was 11-9. Shell was 13-7. Worst was Dennis Allen, 5-15, and Josh McDaniels, 7-13. He sucks. And also, they said 25 plus passes thrown to Davante Adams. The best passer rating is Jimmy G. Well, him and Aaron Rodgers have the same. Brett Hundley had a high one with Davante Adams. Derek Carr. I don't know, dude. Josh McDaniels can't get rid of him soon enough. Cannot get rid of him soon enough. That's all I have to say on that front. Oh, Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited. Okay, what does this say? Okay, I'm looking at it right now. Let's see. It's unavailable. Oh, it says I can't watch it, dude. Oh, maybe it is here. Josh, I can't watch it.
Hey guys, Russell here. Yes, the typical boring, Russell, robot Russell, the one you guys love to know. Real exciting. Yeah, real exciting. But anyways, everybody has to have an alter ego, right? And I've been thinking about what my alter ego would be, and I think I have an alter ego. His name's Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, you gotta be unlimited. You gotta have a thought process of being unlimited. So when people ask you, what you're thinking about or what you want to do in life or where you want to go, you gotta be unlimited. Tell them I'm unlimited. You know what I mean? So when they ask you certain questions like, "Who brings your motivation, Russell?" Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. But I watched about. I'm never going to get that time back. But Josh, thank you. Mr. Unlimited. Yes. Yes, you're quite limited right now. Chandler Jones said he was taken against his will by the Las Vegas Fire Department. Said he called Raiders GM Dave Ziegler 6-7 times and he hasn't gotten a response. Dude, that was brutal. But this whole thing with Chandler Jones is a little scary, right? And another thing, Andrew Brandt, you know what he says? Best time to draft a quarterback is when you don't need a quarterback. That's when you draft a quarterback. And everybody says, well, why do you get one? Because you never know. And the Jets have no future. They're fucked. The Jets are fucked. Aaron Rodgers comes back next season. You don't know what to expect. Maybe he's good for a season, maybe two. But you still don't have anybody. Zach Wilson's time needs to be over. But you got to start thinking ahead and draft a quarterback next year. What if Michael Penix Jr. from Washington is available and they could get him? Why not take a shot with him? That's a guy playing older quarterback, played a lot of football. Now he's had injury problems. But if you watch Washington play this year, you watch him play against Cal, they have 49 points in three. I think they put up 45 in the first half this past week. They got to get a quarterback like that. Not Zach Wilson, who played at BYU. No offense. BYU used to be a good quarterback school. It ain't anymore. Last couple of years, if you think about all the quarterbacks from BYU that they talked about, they all petered out. Just not good. Not good at all. Yeah. Yeah. And Eagles' first back-to-back 3-0 start since 92-93. Jalen Hurts has the most rushing touchdowns the first 50 games. Want him to stay healthy. He just passed Cam Newton. And Hurts did it in 48 games. The tush push, pretty unstoppable, but they said they were going to ban it, but they keep doing it. And until they do that, who knows? Yeah. Yeah, Antonio Brown wants to replace Matt Canada as the Steelers' offensive coordinator. Why not? I mean, they got to win, but they wanted Matt Canada gone forever. And I didn't watch the game, but Brandon Staley going for it on his own 24 could have cost the game. But Minnesota didn't clock the ball at first down with 6 seconds left. So instead, Cousins rushed of the play and interception. Jimmy Johnson on Staley, such a dumb call. Staley is going to be fired. Staley, Jason, I feel bad for you, but Brandon Staley, for a guy who's a defensive guy, your defense sucks. You just lost Mike Williams. That means Quentin Johnson's going to have to play more. But good God, the plays he's made. I mean, lately it's like the game's too big for him. I mean, they blew the playoff game last year in Jacksonville. They should have won against the Dolphins. I mean, you got a great quarterback in Herbert, and you're wasting a lot of it. Crazy. Yeah, Mike Williams caught a pass, went to juke on Harrison Smith, planted his left leg, and on turf fell and was tackled behind. He was having his best game, 7 catches for $121. That sucks. Yeah, really sucks. Yeah. Yeah, they lost to the Texans, and the Jags have gone public. They won $1 billion in taxpayer money. Yeah, because the owners, hey, they're not billionaires, but, we need more money from you guys. Shut the fuck up. Are you kidding me? Really? Yeah. They said Mike McCarthy's play calling's terrible. Parsons had a sack, 2 sacks. But you can't lose to Arizona. He took ownership, Micah Parsons afterwards. But come on, dude. You have a chance to go 3-0. And the thing is, too, you have Dak Prescott's not been playing great. He's not that guy. I keep telling everybody he's not the guy. I mean, he could have Zach Wilson, but Dak Prescott's not leading you to a Super Bowl. And how about this? Ellie lost 85% of her hair just before her audition with the Arizona Cardinals. She was diagnosed with alopecia in January. She still made the team in May. She met Josh Dobbs, who's had alopecia since he was in 3rd grade. Thank you, front of her. So that's, I see stories like that. I'm like, Congrats. I love that stuff. Listen, Arizona won one game. That's everybody. They played 3 games this season, dude. And the NFL, any given Sunday, it's not that there's no terrible teams anymore because you have to bring it every goddamn week. Because if you have your guard down like the Cowboys did, you let Arizona rush for 222 yards, you're going to lose some goddamn games. And there are no terrible teams anymore. There's a couple very good teams like Eagles, Dolphins. There's 3 undefeated teams after 3 weeks. That says that there's a lot of parity in the NFL, like college football. A lot of parity. There's no great team, which is great. I love that anybody's a chance. And the Jets, if they had a fucking quarterback, maybe, would be the difference between them being 2-1 and 1-2. They don't have it, and they're going to piss away another season. And I don't know if Salah's going to survive. Yes, they've been in every game. They have been. Almost beat the Giants. We're up big on the Giants. 20-0 at the half? Yeah, Arizona's no bullshit. And they played Washington to pull it out at the end of the game 1. They've been in every game this season. Yes. Josh Dobbs went 17 for 21, $189. Connor had 116 yards of total offense, 13 penalties for the Cowboys, 1 for 5 in the red zone. Through 3 weeks, Dak Prescott 18th in passing yards and has just 3 passing touchdowns. He sucks. And Cards aren't rushing back Kyler Murray, which I think is a smart move. Yeah. They had the most rushing yards since 2020. Good win for them. Matt Prater, 62 yards for Arizona. Second player in NFL history to make 3 career 60-yard field goals along with Brett Maher. They snapped a 9-game losing streak. Congrats. This was the 3rd largest upset loss for Dallas over the last 25 seasons, supposedly. And so Arizona got the win. Vikings 0-3 in 1-score games. Usher's halftime. Can we get good halftimes? Do I need Usher for halftime? Have we gone downhill? Usher halftime performance? Come on, guys. Please. Usher sucks. Usher sucks. Yeah, Derek Carr has a sprained AC. Oh, you like Usher? Okay. Good for you. Yeah. No. Usher is not halftime, Super Bowl halftime. Come on. Bring somebody new. Let's get somebody that's like current. Usher was around, he was making movies. He was trying to be a movie star too. No. Hell no. Yeah, and what did Drew Brees said some 2014 AC sprain. He said that was the one time in my career where I literally did not throw a ball all week and just showed up on game day and played. And Carl Granderson got a 4-year deal. What did he get? Like 53 over 35 million. 35 million guaranteed. New music sucks? Yeah, pretty much all of it does. Why not bring back the Sugar Hill Gang? The Sugar Hill Gang could do the halftime, and then we're talking. Sugar Hill Gang, Flock of Seagulls. Flock of Seagulls had why don't we do like the 80, like the new wave shit? You bring back Missing Persons, Flock of Seagulls. How about Metallica doing it? How about some heavy metal? Bring back like Rat and Def Leppard, Rat, Def Leppard, kind of that stuff. Sugar Hill Gang. Yeah. I know you're in, Josh. We love them. Yeah. Saturday was the most watched regular season college football Saturday ever, excluding rivalry week. 12 billion total minutes consumed across all rated networks. We talk about Oregon. 10 million viewers. How about Notre Dame losing on the last play of the game? They had 10 people on the field the last 2 plays, and someone said, well, God was the 11th man. But how do you have 10 men on the field the last 2 plays? I'm like, come on, guys. And Keyshawn Johnson said that coaches were helping out Dan Lanning, giving him stuff on Colorado. Why is everybody so against Colorado? Is it because he was too cocky? I mean, and really, Colorado beat TCU, which is on a down year, went to the championship game last year, but new quarterback, lost their leading rusher, receiver. I mean, they lost a ton of players from last year that beat them on the road. Then they beat up a bad Nebraska team. Nebraska is not good. Then they barely held on to beat Colorado State, where they were a 23.5-point favorite that had come back at the end. Then they finally play a team with Bo Nix, who's like 35 years old, who is the only FBS player to account for at least 55 touchdowns at 2 different schools. He is 24. He played against Justin Herbert in college. Thank you, Hal, for this one. Justin Herbert's in his 4th goddamn season in NFL. 4. They played against each other in college. He's still playing college football, Bo Nix. Come on. And Oregon is a powerhouse. Colorado won 1 game last year. They won 3 already. How is that not good for football? And we're all bashing him like, oh, Deion doesn't have it? What do you mean Deion doesn't have it? He took over a 1-win team. His son was playing at Jackson State last year, and okay, he had a bad game. Everybody's, he didn't have Travis Hunter, and they played a much better team. They'll learn from it. They'll burn the tape, and they'll go from there. If they keep what if they don't beat USC this weekend? USC did not look. Arizona State kept that game close. I don't think USC is that good a team. I think Caleb Williams is a good player, but I don't think USC is the way they used to be. I don't think Lincoln Riley should have stayed at Oklahoma because I don't think he's done shit since he came over to USC. I still don't think they have a great defense. I don't think they're a great team, and we'll see what happens. But that's going to be a tough game for them. And the Pac-12 is a good goddamn league. Oregon State lost to Washington State is a good team. So is Washington. I know Colorado felt it, but this is a very, very strong conference this year. You have a lot of good teams in the conference. So, I mean, they won 3 games already. They won the first 3 games of the season. No one predicted them to win the first 3. He's playing with house money, Deion Sanders. This is going to be a learning experience for him, for the team. He's only going to get better, and everybody's bashing him. Oh, he's knocked down earth. Knocked down earth. He played against a team that was a 20-point favorite against them. And what did Lanning said? We don't play for clicks. We play for wins or whatever. Dude, you know what? And everybody was so happy. Oh, he did something for all the coaches because, they think he's too cocky and everything, Deion Sanders. He's good for college football. I love him for college football. Yeah, sometimes it's a little too much sometimes, but he brought an energy and Boulder's going crazy. I mean, they haven't even cared about football in years. And you know what? They'll be good this year, and he's going to have them playing really good ball the next couple of years. Shadur's got to stay a couple seasons. Travis Hunter's got to stay a couple seasons. He'll get better recruits next year, and you'll see. He'll turn that program around. I think they're really good. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Colorado, they're 30.5-point halftime deficit tied for the longest by any AP-ranked team since the start of last season. Oklahoma State was behind Kansas. I just see all this stuff. Yeah. And 21-point favorite. Yeah. We play for wins, not for clicks. Okay. Yeah. Good for him. And some guy, I love this guy. Dolmite Doe has said, remind them that the O at the 50-yard line of their stadium, what's it, Austin Stadium, is a reminder of how many national championships Oregon's won. Yeah. His pregame speech, he argued his team was substance and not flash. The Cinderella story is over, man. They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins. How's it? It's not over. I mean, what's this? What do you expect them to go 11-0 this season? Dude, they were playing out of their minds. And you're favored. You're supposed to be winning this year. I just think it's ridiculous. Yeah, and it's something about holding our wrist up. Guys were showing their watches. Yeah, they're gonna get it. They got knocked down. They'll get back up again. Yeah, and Deion was trying to trademark it's personal. Jed Fish for Arizona was a slogan they have used since 2021. He said if they want to say it's personal in Tucson, that's just fine. They trademarked make it personal in 2021. I just come on. And they said their tickets now went down $100, $260 for the Colorado USC game. So what? Jesus Christ! You put them up on a fucking pedestal, and now it's like they're the worst team ever in college football. Such bullshit. Yeah, and they're going to be on Big Noon Saturday, but what's even crazy? How about Kansas and Duke? Kansas and Duke are ranked in the same football pool since the final rankings of 1960. Number 24, Kansas visits number 3, Texas, and number 17, Duke hosts number 11, Notre Dame. First time they'll play on the same day as ranked teams since October 20th, 1960. 62 years ago, when the Blue Devils beat Georgia Tech and Jayhawks lost to number 1 Iowa. Duke's first ranked matchup at home since a 1994 win against Virginia. And how about Penn State, 31-0? Yeah, Cade McNamara. Shit. Glad he got blown out. Well, they're giving up 219 yards per game. Iowa ran 33 plays for 76 yards in the whiteout game. Dude. Wow, we'll see what happens there. Yeah, Michigan is at Nebraska this week. And Ryan Day because Lou Holtz, we're Ohio strong. Like with his face all red and that jet black hair that he fucking dies and going crazy. We're a tough team. Because Lou Holtz says you lost to Bama, true. Lost to Georgia, lost to Clemson, lost to Michigan twice, and everybody who beats them does so because they're more physical than Ohio State. I think Notre Dame will take that same approach. And Ryan Day was like going crazy, like, I want to talk Lou Holtz. He's upset with Lou Holtz. I'm upset at him. 86 years old, dude. That's what you're upset about because he's calling facts that you're not tough. And you won on the last fucking play of the game. McCord did. That was a hell of a last series. Ryan McCord. That was a hell of a last series for the Dumps quarterback. Hey, and then 10 guys in the field. Dude, treetop. How does your coach have 10 men on the field last? How in this day and age you have 10 guys in the field? One guy's job should just be counting. You have enough staff there that someone should be counting you have enough guys in the field. And everybody's too excited they're not paying attention to what's going on in the fucking field. Dude, really? And that's a game they should have won. And they brought in Sam Hartman, and you saw, talk about being at the game. The fan, you just saw the Notre Dame fans just like with all the air taken out of them. Yeah, Marcus Freeman, got to do a better job, dude. That's a game you should have won. Should have won. And, and there was Ohio State. Yeah, come on, fuck Ohio State. Yeah, and Jonathan Wheats, I talked about him, had a year of eligibility, was going to grad school, like online, was going to move to New York. Yeah, he missed a chip shot at the end. Should have been Florida State. Florida State gets the win. Congrats to them. Missed a chip shot. They've lost 4 of the last 7. They blew these of 10, 1, and 9 in another. They outgained their opponents by at least 48 yards in 3 of the 4 losses and are plus almost 200 yards overall. They're 3-8 of field goals in those 7 games. They're minus 22 in points off turnover, 8 touchdowns and 17 red zone trips. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Dabo Swinney, you guys fucking suck. You lost at home. Sucks. Yep. So Georgia, Michigan, Texas, top 3. The Dump moved to 4. Notre Dame fell from 9 to 11. Florida State fell a spot to 5. Colorado's out. Oregon, they lost to Oregon. UCLA lost by a touchdown to Utah. They fell out. Iowa should be out. Missouri, Kansas, and Fresno State moved in. Georgia got 55 of the 63 first place votes. The other 8 went to 5 schools, including 1 for number 7 Washington. Now they're saying J.J. McCarthy, they didn't run him a lot in the non-conference games because, they knew they were going to need him for the conference games. Thank you, Alejandro Zuniga. Florida State, Travis, what's the quarterback? I should know this. Sam will tell me who it is. Jordan Travis. He now that he beat LSU and Clemson, he got the College King 2.0 T-shirts made. It's features him sitting on a throne in his uniform with a crown on top of his head. In front of him sit 2 tigers. It's a shot of Mike the Tiger and the live mascot for. Wait, one of them is the Clemson Tigers. The other is Mike the Tiger, the live LSU mascot. It's $31.24, which is ridiculous. It's NIL money. They can buy it in maroon, gray, or black. And it's not infringing on trademarks. But the Tiger King guy, Joe Exotic, said was infringing on his trademark. Oh, whatever, dude. He's incarcerated, but he called his attorney to sue Travis. Good luck with that. Penn State 6. Michael Penix, 304, 4 touchdowns, interception, 6 scoring drives, 16 touchdowns, and 1 interceptions on the season. Good God. And they won, what was it, 59-32 over Cal? USC is not 8. I'm sorry. Oregon, Bo Nix. He 40 touchdown passes, 15 rushing at Oregon. So 55 or 2 schools. That's the first player ever to do that. He also had 57 touchdowns while he was at Auburn. No one's going to do that. Utah 10, Notre Dame. Bad. But how about this? Notre Dame fell to 4-20, 4 wins, 20 losses in matchups of 2 AP top 10 teams since 94. Ohio State is 23-9 in such games since the 2010 Rose Bowl. Bama 12. Hey, didn't look great, but they got the win 24-10 over Ole Miss. LSU played this week. Was LSU off? Oklahoma won. North Carolina beat up Pitt And Drake May had a pretty goddamn good game. Washington State beat Oregon State. Then Duke, Miami, Oregon State after fell to 19. Ole Miss 20, Tennessee, Florida. Missouri 4-0, first time since 2013. Their next home game against LSU October 7th is a sellout. Gives them multiple sellouts for the first time since 2014. It's pretty good, man. Only limited reserve seats set left for home games against South Carolina October 21st and Tennessee November 11th and Kansas and Fresno State. Yeah, I think people have said there's not going to be Pac-12 after dark. Now you're going to have the ACC after dark. You're going to have the Big 12 after dark. You have a lot of good teams. You have USC, Washington, Oregon, Utah, Washington State, Oregon State, and UCLA. Good teams. Colorado will beat somebody. I agree with that. You have a lot of 10-2 teams. I mean, they might just beat themselves all up, which would kind of suck. And the best Pac-12 game October 7th is on the Pac-12 network. Washington State at UCLA. They're all on Pac-12 that day. Oh, Arizona at USC is at night. Arizona's not that good this year. But that's the way. And UNLV, Barry Odom, 3-1. Their only loss to Michigan, which was a better team. I'll hold the wrist up, meaning at pride time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so he's with me. And Nebraska, Henrik Harburg, 157 yards rushing, had a 75-yard touchdown call back. 28-14, they're 2-2, they get Michigan, that should be over. Sam Hartman's 24 and has played at the same time as 17 current NFL quarterbacks while they were in college. He was the same recruiting class as Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. Both are in the third years. Sam's in his sixth year. There were many NFL scouts there to watch. And how about Haley Van Voorhis, safety, D3, Shenandoah University, became the first female non-kicker. Came in the first quarter, had a quarterback hurry. I watched it. 5'6", 145. She spent the last 2 years playing on junior varsity. She's from Plains, Virginia. Went to high school at Christchurch. 2019 All-State Honorable Mention. Senior was canceled because of COVID. She's also a member of Shenandoah's track and field team, running sprints. How about that? I thought that was really cool. Hey, let her play, man. And Hey Dude is the shoe brand. Quinn Ewers, Jalen Milroe headlined the list of players. A lot of guys here. Jaden Daniels from LSU, TCU's Chandler Morris and Trey Sanders. Florida's Trinity Thomas and Graham Mertz. Louisville's Jada Curry. Tennessee's Rakea Jackson and Joe Milton. All right, make it if you can. How about this was crazy? Hear this one. Josh, hear this one. Okay, so, they went to the pitch clock. To date, during the 2023 season, only 9 games of 9 innings have eclipsed a 3-hour and 30-minute mark. Last year, 231. 2021, 390. So you went from 390 to 220 to 231 to 9 games. 9 games that went over 3 hours and 30 minutes this season. The pitch clock works, man. I still think games are too long. And Ronnie Mauricio for the Mets hit a pitch 1.23 feet above the ground. They need to make the pitch. No, they don't. The games are so fucking slow, Josh. I can't take it. We tried to watch the Yankee game. You see how many fans at the game yesterday? Zippo. They said it was a sellout of 41,000. There was 1,000 people at the game yesterday. Yeah. Well, he had the hardest hit home run, Mauricio, that low under StatCast in 2015. Congrats to him. Hey, he's all right. He's only 22. Alvarez. Yeah, good. That's why they're older pitchers, dude. Move faster. You know what you got to watch? There's a show on Fox where they put all these reality actors and all that through these, they're working with special forces and all that. Tara Reid is 47. Tara Reid looks 85. She walks like a 90-year-old. It is tough to watch. Yeah, I know the seats have been sold out before the season. I know. But they weren't at the game, dude. They were not at the game. And Francisco Alvarez, he hurt he exited the game the other day. He's hitting 23 home runs, 211 batting average, 284 on base, 14 for his last 85, 165. Yeah, last game. So he went out, got injured, but he hasn't. Hey, listen, they'll play on next season. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Tara Reid looks terrible. It's terrible. And Anthony Volpe is 5th in defensive WAR. How about that? I was impressed with that. Boone, not sure if he'll be back. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, Judge, what are we doing? And yeah, it's a failure. And how about this? From the time he entered the league in 1995 to the time he retired in 2014, no other player in the league played more games than Derek Jeter. 2,747. Then A-Rod with 2,551. Chipper Jones, 2,491. I didn't know that. I didn't know Jeter played that many goddamn games. Congrats to Derek Jeter. Yeah, the Yankees this season, heading into the weekend, they were tied with the Reds with 37 injured list placements behind only the Giants. They were third in IL days lost behind the Dodgers and Angels. Garrett Cole, the only guy. They are 20th in stolen bases, 25th in triples, dead last in doubles. Dominguez, hey, he was playing well, and then now he's out for Tommy John surgery. They have 8 players with at least 50 plate appearances, batting under 200. They had Stanton and Donaldson, who's gone. Higashioka went from 232 to 208. Glaber, 271 to 266, but he's been all right. McKinney and Florial both in 209, both dropped. Their A's have a 224 batting average. Yankees are 2.26, lowest mark since 1968. That's when the year no one hit. Oh, and the best hitting free agent catcher out there, Gary Sanchez. You think they're going to have to go after him again? I don't think so. Yeah, Ohtani, but he only could DH next season. They got $90 million left on Stanton. 11 teams in average, except the Red Sox have winning records. The Braves, the Dodgers, Orioles, and Rays. Jesus Christ. How about this? The Astros, they sent this to Hal. They were swept by the Royals. They final hands homestand and went 1-5, 39-42 at home. 8-13 in September, 85-71 in the season. 2 games out, 6 games. Can you believe that? Well, they won again last night. 39-42 at home this year. I said, you guys suck at home this year. You guys suck. And Saturday, Padres fell to 0-12 in extra innings, matching the 1969 Expos. Isn't that terrible? 0-12 in extra innings. So they're done. Mookie Betts, most runs driven in from a leadoff spot in one season, 105. That's crazy. And the fewest number of games played in the season by a Dodger with 100-plus RBIs is 119 by third baseman Thomas Burns for Brooklyn in 1890. He has 98 and 107 games. That's crazy. Yeah. Ronald Acuna this season, what did he go? 40? He definitely did 40-60. He's a chance to do 40-70. Him and Ty Cobb are the only players in MLB history. I think I got this from Bumbles. I got it from Bumbles or Hal? No, from Hal. Only players in MLB history to have 75-plus extra base hits and 60-plus stolen bases in the same season. They were born on December 18th, 111 years apart. Cobb was born in 1886, Acuna in 1997. And Crosby, Sidney Crosby, Sydney. I like calling him Cindy. He's 48 assists shy of reaching 1,000 in his career. He can become the 8th player in NHL history to record 1,000 career assists within their first 1,300 games. Gretzky did it in 645 games, the fastest. And how about this guy, Jack Wallace? I tried to get him on a game. I reached out to him. Dr. Joe Bumbles has joined us. Better late than never. I know he's working, dude, so I can't give him any. How about this fucking rain, guys? Could it rain any more? Could it rain any more? I mean, good God. It just keeps raining and raining. I feel like I'm living in Seattle or London. Crosby, Cindy was born on your birthday? Yeah, I don't know. Is that a good thing? I don't think it's a good thing. I don't like Cindy. I'm not a fan. So Jack Wallace uses his TikTok platform to inform individuals about sled hockey, encourage people to try it. He's a Paralympic gold medalist, 2-time Paralympic gold medalist. He met Josh Paul's the U.S. national sled hockey team. After seeing Josh gold medal, Jack set a goal of winning his own in 2018 and 2022. The two won gold together. That's pretty cool. I thought that was really cool. The Knicks are promoting Gerson Rosas from Colombia to Senior VP of Basketball Operations. Congrats to him. He's been team consultant the past year. Anthony Edwards has his new signature shoe, the what's it called? The AE1. Cool. What I see? Oh, former Tar Heel Nasir Little, 4 years, $28 million, beginning at age 23. They said he's one of the best values, which means they'll probably trade him. They said Dame could go to. Oh, and Trout was born on the same day. Is Trout going to stay with the Angels? Bring him to play for the Mets. Hey, be closer to home. Why not? And they're not signing Dwight Howard, the Warriors. Nasir Little could be traded. Dame could sign with the Raptors, supposedly. Giannis has been working out with, and Hal loves him, with Hakeem the Dream. I love Mike Trout. Dude, I know, but he gets hurt a lot, but I love Mike Trout. Love me some Mike Trout. Yeah, love him. Yeah. And how about this? 6 weeks away. 6 weeks and less than 6 weeks away, college basketball. Opening day of basketball college practices across the country. 6 weeks away. Season 6 weeks. 6 weeks away. Wow. Crazy. And Bronny James was not in attendance at USC's first hoop practice on Monday. Andy Edfield said he can't commit a timeline. He's around the team when he can be. Jerome Tang for Kansas State, new 7-year contract. Led Wildcats to Elite Eight. Will make $3 million this season. $100,000 increase to his salary in each remaining contract year. Next Yankee left fielder? Who? Oh, Trout? We're talking about Trout? Why not? Why not? Mega Rapinoe played her last game. 2-0 over South Africa in Chicago. ESPN's getting rid of their studios. I just saw Seaport by 2025, Los Angeles. So I guess they're going to move the Seaport. First take Get Up NBA Countdown around the horn. Crazy, right? Well, yeah. And NFL debt that allowed debt for an incoming owner from 1.1 billion to 1.6 billion. So Josh Harris had to take $1,000 in debt to pay 6.05 million for the Commanders. Additionally, the amount of debt existing owners could have against their team may increase from 600 to 1 billion. Has to get 24 or 32 owners' approval. All the recent moves appear to be part of the team owners' strategies to make sure the money can keep flowing into the league. Interest in acquiring franchises remain at an all-time high. So people are buying teams. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. How do they? It's a lot of money, man. Yeah, all these billionaire owners. It's crazy, man. St. John's NCAA tournament. Bumbles has said it. St. John's with Rick Pitino NCAA tournament this year. I am not denying that. Oh, another guy. Do you want to promote your Apple podcast? Yeah, sure. I really do. Let's make it happen, dude. Yeah, Yankees are playing today against. Who cares? I don't care. Trevor Siemian signed to the Jets. Yeah. Do we care who Liberty are playing tonight? Yankees, Mets. Bumbles, anything you want to talk about? Josh, you want to talk about anything? You got anything? Because I've been talking way too long. Okay. Islanders, Rangers tonight in preseason hockey. Yankees are playing at the Blue Jays. It is Michael King, who's 13 strikeouts his last start, giving Kevin Gausman, who's up for the Cy Young at 12 wins, 9 losses, 3.29. Nobody wins 20 games anymore. Nobody. Yeah, Liberty played tonight. Okay, good for you. Anna Brianna Stewart won the MVP. And the Mets are out. Who cares? Joey Lucchesi, 3-0 with a 2.88 ERA against Braxton Garrett, 9-6 with a 3.53. How about your Mets? Mets suck. Yankees suck. Jets suck. Giants suck. Hockey, basketball, and St. John's coming soon to your corner. All right, let me get to some trivia questions. You keep talking, Bubbles. Josh, you keep talking. Let me get some trivia questions. I've been talking way too long. What do you sneeze? What are you going to sleep to? Is that the Jets? Oh, listen. We talked about the Jets, dude. You got to re-listen because I started off my podcast talking about all you Jet fans. So last show's trivia question, which Bumbles gave me, which was a great trivia question, and Bumbles is great. So I don't know if Josh can answer this. Oh yeah, all New York sports teams. Yes. Okay. Name the 3 Mets who have finished second and the players who beat them for Rookie of the Year. So I didn't know this. Bumbles came up with this. Mets in 1963, Ron Hunt was second. Wait, who was? To Pete Rose in the 63 Rookie of the Year. How about 1968? Jerry Koosman was second to Johnny Bench. And then in 1977, Steve Henderson was second to the Hawk, Andre Dawson. That was one of the best trivia questions I ever got. And I want to thank Bumbles for that. Bumbles, you rock. All right. Dolphins rout the Broncos 70-20, scoring the most points by an NFL team in a game since 1966. Can you tell me, Bumbles? Yeah, Josh gave you props, Bumbles. Can you tell me in 1966 the team who scored the most points the Dolphins since a 1966 game? Can you tell me the teams who played in 1966 and the score of the game that was the most points since what was the most points scored since 66? What was scored in a 1966 game, 1966 NFL game for points, record points in a game? I mean, the most points since this year, because actually the record was 73 in a game, but the most points is 66. And I remember this game, and I was like, shit, I kind of remember this. All right. So thank you, Josh, for participating. Bumbles, St. John's going to the NCAA tournament. Metallica for the Super Bowl halftime. We both, or Sugar Hill Gang. We agree on that, Josh. We both say Zach Wilson sucks. I don't think Mark Sanchez was as bad. Trevor Siemian will probably be playing in some games this year. Tim Boyle should be sitting on the bench or go play in the not for long spring football league. So I want to thank Lanker gave me some stuff. Michigan, always the good stuff. Go Liberty. Everybody have a great day. Send them love to my mom, my dad, Mrs. S., and Carol and Carol. And Josh, you're awesome. Bumbles, as usual. Just great stuff. And so Josh, we got to figure out, you said about a bar doing a show there. Oh, and also, if you didn't get a chance, I know it was a lot of parts to listen to. I was out with Chris Porro, and I met some, Denise was there, Mike, Johnny B. I met Wendy. I met Jack, her boyfriend. I met, I actually met a woman, the woman who, was it Sharon? Is that who I met? Sharon. Yeah, Sharon I met. So Sharon knows Sue Alexander. I went to junior high and high school with. She's a trainer, and Lori bought the house I grew up on Tudor Place in Pine Brook. So how about that for a small world? So if you haven't listened to it, I have 9 parts up. There's some really good stuff. I talked to brother powerlifters, Ray and James. That's awesome. Oh, and Al has joined us. Al, we got to get you on a future show. I think Al said he was off today, and I forgot all about it. Oh, you want to come on, Jet? Oh, here, you know what? Al, let's go crazy. Here we go. Go live. Okay, here you go. Let's see if he comes on. On the road again. He's not coming on, except, let me see. Has Al joined us? Oh, I see a forehead. Al, you here? Hello? 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 Well, I guess Al forgot about us. All I see is a forehead, and I guess he's busy. He looked like he wanted to come on. Hello? He's not really talking. He was here, and now he's not here. There he is. I'm not hearing you, dude. Yes. Dude. So I guess he's not talking. It's not working, Al. Oh, it's not Al. It's Aaron. Wait, I'm getting confused who I'm talking to. Are we talking? Hello? How you doing? Hello? All right. We tried. There he is. Adios. Take it easy. Right.